farmers or UK arable farmers. And this is especially interesting, and this is especially interesting in light of considerations given to different crops we could be growing. And yeah, I'm going to obviously bring up hemp in this because and like with hay, you can get a second and third cut potentially with sort of early harvest and favorable conditions. So, but then again, like with wheat and so on and barley, you can't really have a second cut of it, if you see what I mean. Like you can't really reseed it all and then make it grow again. And if you were to attempt to do that, you'd probably need, well, you'd certainly need, I reckon, lots of irrigation equipment to have a hope of doing that. However, with hemp, because it's a tropical plant, it's not so it's far better at coping with higher temperatures. You know, you see this stuff growing in Jamaica, in like very warm climates, yeah, very, very well, and it'll also like grow wild in Scandinavia. It's among one of the most resilient crops I think that is possible to grow. The abundant different varieties of terrain it seems capable of being grown on or in just seems like rather advantageous. So I'm thinking if it's early July now and we're harvesting, say, barley, I see no real reason why, with a bit of irrigation, possibly, why, like they have in France, like these big irrigation systems you see across, say, maize fields. I see no particular reason why we couldn't use like an 8 week window like that of basically the rest of the summer. Because hemp will grow probably not to full height in 8 weeks, but it will grow nice and big in 8 weeks. And you have a nice big textile crop. And that could be worth a very large amount of money. And arable farmers, like they make very good money anyway, but they always like more money because farmers do like money because farming is expensive. And yeah, wheat, and then you got all these other properties like soil binding, returning nitrogen to the soil, etc., with your hemp harvest. If you can fit a hemp harvest in after you've harvested your wheat or barley, you fix nitrogen in soil, that will create optimum conditions for replanting wheat for the following year, would it not? Hemp harvest, get that done like as quickly as possible. It, in terms of fertilizer, I don't think it actually needs all that much or really any. I don't want to like go obviously like it's a magical crop or a magic crop. I don't think any such thing exists. But I mean, it is a weed. It's yeah, not a bad weed though, a very good weed. Um, yeah, deep tap roots, mycorrhizal, um, uh, symbiosis, removal of pathogenic fungi, bacteria, phytoremediation potential. I reckon that could be done. Yeah, adding a hemp crop in, get the soil nice and into like nice ideal conditions for resowing wheat. Like winter wheat, is it? Yeah. This could be good. Yeah. Then I just thought something else, like it grows in Scandinavia. Why are they not growing fields here in the winter then? It grows in mountainous regions in Bhutan. So like that's cold. But it also grows in Jamaica, which is hot. I said like also like this I've seen how fast they grow as well. When I was in a psych ward one time, I had like a spare cannabis seed on me. I swear the thing grew within hours. Like within 12 hours or something, it sprouted. It's unbelievably resilient and unbelievably versatile in terms of the number of things you can use it for. It's a crime we're not utilizing it to our potential, to its fullest potential. And again, as I think I've also said, that the only real drawback with hemp is that it might lower the greenhouse effect too much. I take too much carbon out of the atmosphere. Like, when we use the coal, oil, and natural gas that we have left, central heating, and figure out the problem, like the 50 years of natural gas we got left and the 100 years of oil we got left. In terms of like nitrate fertilizers, like hemp in rotations, I reckon it's gonna have to replace that. So, you know, hemp rotate, little 8-week gap in the summer. I reckon a nice tidy hemp crop could be grown in that sort of space before a second harvest in autumn. I think. Anyway.